Okay, here is part 3. Okay. All right. So we have in Israel. Okay, I made a post on Facebook. 2 weeks is what I've received in spirit. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. All right. So what's important about 2 weeks? On the Jerusalem Post, okay, we already have lockdowns in New Zealand. We have food shortages, and we're starting to see that now in America with lumber, guns, ammo, all that. Okay. So it says Israel, UAE to boost vaccine collaboration as part of historical deal. Okay. Sounds like from the peace deal. Okay, peace to prosperity, there has to be some type of chaos. Okay, and in order for them to release peace, they're going to give them a piece of a vaccine that they say is going to help. It's to bring in the new world order. It's going to save people. Okay, so here I go. Working together, these efforts will help save Muslim, Jewish, and Christian lives throughout the region, the two countries said. As part of Thursday's announcement of the historic peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, brokered down by the Trump administration, the two nations will increase collaboration on a coronavirus vaccine, the Reuters news agency had reported. The joint statement emergent from the agreement, to be known as the Abraham Accords, states that the United Arab Emirates and Israel will immediately expand and accelerate cooperation regarding the treatment of and the development of a vaccine for the coronavirus. Why? Because the Antichrist is the one that's going to make it mandatory. Working together, these efforts will help save Muslim, Jewish, and Christian lives throughout the region. Both countries are involved in the development of a vaccine. Israel last week announced that researchers from the government-run Israel Institutes of Biological Research in Nes Ziona expected to begin human trials on their version in October. Woo! Not good. All right. So now it says, all right, where's it at? I don't even know where to begin because there's so much. All right. So the Democrats. No, I'm not going to read that one. I'm going to go down to here. Okay. This just came out on 8/21. Vaccine study is what it was called. COVID marshals will start their important work helping to keep our community safe. You must have a COVID marshal if your business or activity involves any of the following. Y'all, humans, you might as well stay home because this involves y'all. Okay. Religious or faith-based ceremonies, church, gymnasiums or fitness centers, work out at home, watch them videos. Swimming pools, might as well get your own. Supermarkets and hardware stores, that's nothing new. We've already seen that. Okay, on-site purchase of food consumption and beverage inside and out. This does not include takeaway only operators, which this is considered restaurant type business and catering, social and sporting clubs, any activity where a COVID management plan is required, and any operation may be defined by the state coordinator. So the UN trucks in the U.S., they've also seen South Carolina. Mind you, we still have protesters and such going on. And Trump said that he will give the military the vaccine in order for it. The military is going to give out the vaccines. That's not good. Okay, and now Joe Biden has said in an interview yesterday, I will shut down the country again if recommended by scientists. I will prepare to do whatever it takes to save lives because we cannot get the country moving until we control the virus. Let me repeat that if people have not heard. I will prepare to do whatever it takes to save lives because we cannot get the country moving until we control the virus. As I recall, this was a man-made thing anyway, all part of New World Order for those who sit there and say, no, this is a real disease. This is really happening. Yeah, I do believe it's happening, but it's also man-made. Just like these fires and stuff, they've been saying that there has been aircrafters that's been in space that have dropped down. I don't know if they're nukes or whatever they are. People have been seeing these weird boxes and stuff, not really big, getting dropped. And I believe that is why these fires have started, because they're man-made. Okay, and that's why God said, hold off the four winds, because the angels each have their own job to do. Okay, to bring in the judgments. All right. And now we have on this where it says we have wars and rumors of wars. China, India, Taiwan, Pakistan. Okay, and China approves human testing for the coronavirus. Okay, and they've already said by September 1st, Russia will already have their vaccination ready to be on people, to be used to people. This is a pretty scary time that we are in, okay? And right here, so Joint Commission on Iran Nuclear Deal to meet on September 1st, EU says. The panel will only include 7 members with no representation from the U.S. Now, if you can understand what I'm getting ready to say from this and how this is going to tie into everything, then y'all are smart. Okay. We have Britain, China, France, Germany, Russia, Iran, and EU, or Israel. Sounds like the 7 surrounding countries of Israel, okay? And it sounds like it is the 7 heads and 10 horns that rise up in Revelations. Okay, and then yesterday on I-24 News, IDF launches retaliatory strikes after Iron Dome intersects Gaza rockets. Parts of southern Israel were particularly cordoned off by the security forces. Gaza militants fire a projectile at Israel late Friday, the army said, as the exchange of fire between the Palestinians enclave and Jewish state continue with no end in sight. This reminds me where the peace deal will occur, okay? Because the Antichrist confirms it, and there must be war and the surrounding area as chaos. Order comes from chaos. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are 7 countries that's going to be meeting on this deal. Okay, and the Saudis and the Palestinians to be on board, they're meeting September 1st. October-ish, we have the Global Pact meeting with the Pope. Okay, we have all these events, these meetings that are occurring around Rosh Hashanna timing. Okay, the Abraham Peace Accord, there's 3 parts to it, and the very last part, okay, is going to be, as Daniel 9 says, the confirming of the covenant, okay? This that has been announced is the covenant with many that is going to be signed by the Antichrist, okay? Or it's not going to be signed, it's going to be confirmed, okay? And what I mean is a confirming of something that has already been out. And the Antichrist is a ruler of someone whom will continue for 42 months, which means he is already here in some type of office, okay? Which means that it's not going to be somebody new that is going to step up to the plate. It is going to be a continuance of 42 months. Okay, my last video is going to tie all these other ones together, and it is going to be the Bible study. So bear with me as always, pray over this, and God bless.